I just ask a question to the audience. The topic for today's panel discussion is known? Audience? Cadets? No? Good show. Okay, it is just transition maritime. Just transition. Just as in being just for everybody. Just transition maritime. Can anyone tell me what it stands for? What it means? Or today you'll get to know for the first time? Okay, chalo. You all will learn something new today. Good. Yeah, please shift forward, please. Please occupy till the second row. Yes, that's a good idea, ma'am. Okay. Can I request Cadet Shefali to please welcome the chief guest and present with the bouquet, Cadet Shefali from Anglo-Eastern. We'll start today's session, ma'am. I call upon Mr. Sunil Kumar, Head Students Committee INMARCO 2022, to deliver the welcome address and introduce the chief guest and the panelists.
Thank you, Gaurav Sahab. A very warm welcome to our chief guest, Ma'am Dr. Malini Shankar, our eminent panelists, faculties, students, delegates, and the august gathering present here. Ladies and gentlemen, the topic of the panel discussion today is just transition in maritime sector. The motto is to understand the challenges that our present and future seafarers are going to face due to development in alternate fuels and supporting technologies. Those are essential for decarb of shipping. And what are the way forward? So we have our panelists here, and it's my great honor to introduce our chief guest and session chair, Dr. Malini Shankar, Vice Chancellor, IMU. Dr. Malini Shankar has been a career bureaucrat belonging to 1984 batch of Indian Administrative Services. She has had an illustrious career spanning over 3.5 decades. Her last assignment was that of Director General of Shipping. She is currently the chairperson of National Shipping Board and a member of the government-appointed board of ILFS group of companies. She obtained her doctoral degree in institutional economics from IIT Madras and holds a master's degree in development management from Asia Institute of Management, Manila, Philippines. She also holds a master's degree in chemistry from Mount Holyoke College, Massachusetts, USA. A large part of her career at senior level has been spent in the water sector, namely municipal, irrigation and environment, and economic sectors such as shipping, power, commerce and industry. She has been the recipient of several academic recognitions and merit scholarships. She was one of the prestigious recipients of AAA award by Asian Institute of Management, Manila, and the first Indian woman to receive the award. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Malini Shankar here. Now I have the privilege to introduce our eminent panel members to the august gathering present here. Our first panelist is Dr. Pandurang Raut. He's here right now. Dr. Raut completed his MBBS from Government Medical College, Aurangabad. After serving as medical officer for 2 years, he joined Indian Revenue Services in 2006. Since then, he has held a number of important appointments in Central Excise, Customs, Excise Intelligence, GST, before taking over as DDG, Training and Coastal Shipping in 2018. He has had the part of Indian delegation to the 32nd Assembly election of IMO, 126th Council meeting of IMO, London Convention, London Protocol, etc. He is also member secretary of the National Maritime Day Celebration Committee and Maritime Training Trust, council member of Narottam Moraji Institute of Shipping, and member of the Technical Committee of Marine Product Export Development Authority. He also has completed MA Economics and LLB. Next, I would like to introduce Captain K.N. Debu. Captain Debu is a master mariner, member of Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers UK, associate of the Indian Institute of Insurance, associate of Chartered Institute of Insurance UK. He has served as member of Indian delegate to IMO HTW subcommittee. He is also a member of academic and executive council of Indian Maritime University. He is currently director and principal of Anglo-Eastern Maritime Training Center. Huge round of applause for Captain Devu. Our next panelist is Captain Ashwini. Captain Ashwini, he is DPA, CSO, and MR of SCI. He sailed on board various types of ships till 2006. After coming ashore as DGM, he has handled various responsibilities in the technical and offshore division, bulk carrier and tanker division before taking over his present position in February 2020. He has developed business continuity plans for his company and outbreak management plan for ships during COVID-19. Welcome, Captain Ashwini. Next, I would like to welcome Mr. Rajiv Vishwas. Mr. Rajiv Vishwas is founder of Blue Ridge Marine, Singapore. He is a marine engineer from DMET Kolkata, batch 1995. He has been associated with shipbuilding and rig building at Dry Dock World, Dubai. He has been associated with Chelsea Private Limited, Singapore as COO. He is member of Singapore Institute of Directors, member of DNV Technical Committee, Southeast Asia. He has built the largest wind platform in German continental shelf. He has been into battery-aided propulsion also. Welcome, Mr. Rajiv Vishwas. Last but not the least, I would like to introduce Mr. Amit Khare. Mr. Amit Khare is the General Manager, Marine Sales and Services of Alpha Level India Private Limited. He has been associated with Cummins India Limited Marine Division in past. He has sailed as a marine engineer with Selandia Ship Management. I welcome Mr. Amit Khare. Now, may I request Dr. Malini ma'am to kindly honor us by taking the proceeding of panel discussion further. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Oh, we are losing a few from the audience. So it's a pleasure to be here with with a very accomplished set of panelists, and we are here to take you through the issues pertaining to just transition. Just transition is in terms of technology, green shipping, etc. Decarbonization is the word of the year, word of the decade probably now. And decarbonization in maritime sector does not refer only to ships. It's also referring to all the associated sectors such as ports and coastal and support vessels. This is expected to gather momentum in the coming years, and it will introduce new fuels and new technology into the maritime domain. This implementation of green shipping is expected to be spaced out sometime between 2030 and 2070. We all know that the International Maritime Organization has said that the GHG emissions have to be reduced by a certain percentage by 2030 and by 50% by 2050. Now, alternative fuels, when they come into being, is going to call for specialized training. So the training cannot be business as usual. It has to look at certain other niche areas. I'm just going to quote something from the study conducted by DNV. So there was a study which was conducted by DNV, and they looked at two scenarios. Scenario A is, if the target is to reduce the emissions by 50% by 2050, the number of seafarers as we know today on board will peak at 31,000. And scenario B is decarbonization complete by 2050. Then we need 750,000 seafarers who will have to be trained additionally by 2050, of whom 450,000 will have to be trained for these new technologies and fuels by 2030. And the additional seafarers who have to be working on LNG ships and LPG ships is estimated to be about 100,000 or 1 lakh by the year 2038. Now, India has the highest number of seafarers in the age group 21 to 30. We have 27.4% of the total seafarers globally are Indians in this age group. Similarly, if you take the age group of 31 to 40, we are in the second position. That is, we supply or we have a market share of 42% in this age group. We also rank number 1 if you look at the qualification of being able to hold advanced tanker qualification for liquefied gas tankers. We are 6.7% of the total. And 60%, more than 60% of our officers have basic oil and chemical endorsements, and another 14% have basic liquefied tanker cargo operations. So you take this in combination with the age group, we have a lot of young officers, youth, and not counting the students who are going to be tomorrow's officers on board, who will have to be trained for the future. If you look at STCW, that updation to keep up, for the STCW to keep up with the demands of the emerging, rapidly emerging technologies is right now a work in progress. And it is therefore a very appropriate time to discuss India's preparation to ensure that our share in the global market for seafarers not only is maintained, but not only is it not diminished, but how do we actually enhance it and make sure that our seafarers have a greater market share. So that's what we will be discussing. With these words as the background, I will just engage the panelists in a discussion. I think the first round of discussion, I will just request each of the panelists to say, in your view, what are the technologies that are expected to drive future shipping, especially in the context of this conference topic, green shipping? Captain Debu, can we start with you?
Thank you, madam, and good afternoon to all of you. I can see budding officers in the making, and it's nice to be able to speak to you, because as we are speaking today is more on the coming technologies related to decarbonization, and to an even wider expanse than decarbonization is the part related to autonomous shipping also, which will come in gradually over the period of years. You know? So I am with Anglo-Eastern Maritime Training Center. So we have an academy as well as a training center. And of course, we run 650 ships. So with that background, I would like to put forward the technologies which will come in. And they are being driven very fast. You know, I don't know whether you have heard of the Poseidon principles. These are the principles which the banks and the insurance organizations have brought in the picture today to speed up climate safety, climate safety or climate justice, as we call it. You know. To be able to do that, what they want is that every company, if they're coming for loans to build new ships, you know, bank will give loans. For that, you have to show that what are you doing towards saving the climate? What are you doing towards decarbonization? What is your roadmap? How transparent are you towards that? You know? So until you are able to show that, you will not be given any funding. You know? So this is where it is driving the ship owners to be able to change this technology, which is currently, let's say, running on heavy fuel oil engines with high carbon emissions, to be able to reduce that and go to alternate fuel technologies. You know? So yes, various alternate fuel technologies have come in. I think you must be already aware of those ones, which currently we are running ships which are LNG fueled. We are also running ships which are LPG fueled. These two are already being run. And the ones which are coming up, let's say in the next 1 or 2 years, because right now they are in new building phase, is the ammonia fueled vessels and the methanol fueled vessels. And maybe in future the hydrogen fueled vessels also. You know? So these are the areas that are growing. I will pass to the other panelists also, so that we'll discuss more of it later.
Thank you. This is Rajiv Biswas. It's a difficult choice, to be honest. There are a plethora of options available to both the policymakers and the ship owners as to which form of propulsion and fuel to choose from. Mr. Sunil, during my introduction, mentioned that I have built the largest wind platform at that point of time in 2012 in my previous role, which would assimilate power from the wind farms in the range of 960 megawatt and transmit to the German continental shelf. So wind energy, yes, it's coming in a very big way. Probably not so much in the subcontinent, but very heavily in China, Taiwan, and the North Sea. We are looking at few tens of gigawatts